Hi, Suzy Rhoades here with PassMasters. In this video, I'm going to cover a quiz from one of the harder topics on your property and casualty insurance exam. We will do a quiz related to commercial general liability. Let's check out PassMasters Learning Management System. When a commercial general liability policy is written on a claims-made form, what is the trigger for coverage? Occurrence of the claim during the policy period. The claim must be paid during the policy period. The claim must occur before the retroactive date. Occurrence of the claim during the policy period, and the claim must be filed during the policy period or extended reporting period. Commercial general liability policies are generally written on claims-made policy forms to ensure that the insurance company does not have open-ended liability. So the claim must have occurred during the policy period and be turned in during the policy period or during the extended reporting period. So I select what I believe is the correct answer, click check answer. I know I got it right because I got that green check mark. I can click show explanation and read the rationale. I can also listen. When a commercial general liability, all of our questions have full audio explanations for you. When an insured is required to miss work to attend a hearing related to a claim against their CGL policy, how much will the policy pay a day for loss of earnings? $500, $100, $300, $250. The policy will pay $250 a day for loss of earnings. CGL stands for Commercial General Liability or Comprehensive General Liability. They mean the same thing. A commercial general liability policy's premium is a deposit premium subject to audit, which will occur after the audit. The policy period will be extended. The next year's premium will remain unchanged. The insured may owe an additional premium or may receive a premium refund. The policy will be voided. So the premium paid on a CGL is a deposit premium only. The insurer will audit the company's books and records to determine how much the premium should have been, and the insured may owe an additional premium or may receive a premium refund. That would be the first named insured. Who is not an insured on a commercial general liability policy when the business is a corporation? Stockholders, spouses of the officers and directors, officers, directors. When the business is a corporation, it does not include spouses of the officers and directors as insureds. When a CGL policy is written on a claims-made form, which of the following claims would be covered? A loss that occurred before the retroactive date, a loss that occurred after the policy period, a loss that occurred after the policy's retroactive date that was turned in during the policy period or extended reporting period, a loss that occurred during the policy period. So although the choice of D is correct, it is always your job to pick the most correct answer. So really the trigger for coverage, it's different between an occurrence form and a claims-made form. Occurrence form simply needs to have the loss occur during the policy period. When it is a claims-made form, not only must the loss have occurred during the policy period, but it also must have been turned in during the policy period or during the extended reporting period. So the retroactive date is the earliest date that coverage will apply. Commercial general liability insurance is sometimes referred to as which of the following? Complete general liability, cumulative general liability, corporate general liability, comprehensive general liability. I already told you this one. CGL can stand for comprehensive general liability as well. Your client has a CGL written on a claims-made form with a retroactive date of January 1st, 2024, and a policy period of 1/1/2025 to 1/1/2026. Which of the following claims would be covered? A claim that occurred in 2024, submitted in 2026. A claim that occurred in 2023, submitted in 2024. A claim occurring in 2026, submitted in 2026. A claim that occurred in 2024, submitted in 2025. So I would write on your scratch paper, the earliest that coverage applies for this policy is the retroactive date, 1/1/2024. And then the policy period goes until 1/1/2026. So a claim that occurred in 2024, submitted in 2025, would be covered by this claims-made CGL. Coverage A of a CGL would provide coverage for which of the following? Medical payments, personal injury, advertising injury, products, and completed operations. Coverage A of a CGL is coverage for bodily injury and property damage to others. Coverage A includes coverage for various exposures, including products and completed operations. Personal injury and advertising injury are covered on a CGL under coverage B. Medical payments is also covered on a CGL under coverage C. Contractual liability is generally excluded on a CGL, with the exception of coverage for insured contracts, which is not considered an insured contract on a CGL. An agreement that indemnifies an architect, engineer, or surveyor for injury or damage arising out of preparing, approving, or failing to prepare or approve maps, shop drawings, opinions, reports, surveys, field orders, change orders, or drawings and specifications. A contract for a lease of premises, a sidetrack agreement, any easement or license agreement. Any contract that indemnifies an architect, engineer, or surveyor for injuries or damages, on and on and on, that is not considered an insured contract. So you will have to memorize a list of what are the insured contracts that are covered by a CGL, and then definitely know that any contract that indemnifies an architect or an engineer or a surveyor is not included. A CGL covers which of the following? Vehicle accidents, injuries sustained on the job, a lawsuit alleging libel or slander, employment liability. The only one of those four that would be covered by a CGL, a lawsuit alleging libel or slander, would be covered under coverage B, personal injury and advertising injury. The CGL includes an aggregate limit related to the products and completed operations hazard. This limit is per insured, per policy period, per person, per occurrence. This aggregate limit is per policy period. When an insured has signed a hold harmless agreement, the business's commercial general liability policy provides coverage related to this agreement under medical payments, contractual liability, products and completed operations liability, premises and operations liability. It is provided under contractual liability, also called insured contracts. There are only specific insured contracts that coverage will apply to. So there is a list that you will need to memorize for these. Which is false regarding a commercial general liability policy? It may be written on an occurrence basis. It provides worldwide coverage. It includes no fault medical payments coverage. The premium paid is a deposit premium only. Which of these statements is false? It provides worldwide coverage. That is false. The commercial general liability policy has a policy territory that includes the United States, its territories and possessions, Puerto Rico, and Canada. The only time there is worldwide coverage is specifically related to products liability, and that is only when the product is manufactured in the policy territory and the lawsuit is brought forth in the policy territory. So it is the answer it provides worldwide coverage is false. It is only true as it relates to products liability. It may be written on an occurrence basis is true. It includes no-fault medical payments coverage. That's also true. That's coverage C. The premium paid is the deposit only. That is also true. So when you're done, click Finish Exam. And look at that. Great job. So the CGL is going to have what might feel like some complicated information, but if you know what the words mean, know what the different coverages are, know what the different exposures that are covered are, you'll do great here. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and turn those notifications on. If you have any questions regarding this video, just ask me in the comments below. If you would like to check out PassMasters course offerings, we have a complete property and casualty course. There is a link provided in this video's description. Keep up the good work. Happy studies. Study, 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 pass.